A Trump-Biden rematch may be on the horizon in 2024, raising the prospect of a deeply uncertain election season that intensifies the nation's political divide. Among Republicans, Donald Trump is dominating the primary field, outpacing rivals with resumes as governors, diplomats, and entrepreneurs. The tens of millions of dollars that Republican rivals are pouring into the race are doing little to diminish Trump's stature, fueling concerns among his GOP critics, who fear the primary is essentially over before it begins. On the Democratic side, President Joe Biden is on a glide path to victory despite concerns about his age and performance from many within his own party. On the Republican side, dread is building among some donors and party leaders who hoped conservative voters would move past Trump given the January 6 attack on the Capitol he inspired and his serious legal challenges. Bobby Kilberg, a prominent Republican donor who is supporting former New Jersey Gov. Chris Christie, said it's scary that so many voters in her party continue to support the former president. There is time for the 2024 landscape to shift, as 4 months remain before the first votes are cast in the Iowa caucuses and the general election is more than a year away. There are also significant variables, such as abortion scrambling elections, Trump facing 91 felony charges, and Democratic officials are deeply concerned about the prospect of a third-party bid under the banner of no labels. Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy, who supports No Labels' mission, has not ruled out running as a No Labels presidential contender himself. Cassidy cited criminal charges against the Republican former president, questions about his viability in the general election, and the former president's refusal to be honest with the American people about looming budget shortfalls in Social Security and Medicare. He also raised concerns about Biden's physical and mental health. Both Trump and Biden have glaring liabilities, according to a new poll by the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research. Democratic officials in Congress and key states are publicly rallying behind Biden's re-election. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, Biden's strongest challenger in the 2020 Democratic primary, endorsed Biden's re-election bid hours after it was announced this spring. Biden enlisted other would-be rivals for his National Advisory Board, including Rep. Ro Khanna, DeKalb, Illinois Gov. J.B. Pritzker, and Newsom. Republicans have delighted in suggesting that Newsom plans to launch a primary challenge against Biden, something the California governor has repeatedly ruled out. Trump's relationships across the party and his expansive political machine have made it extremely difficult for others to break through. Trump is leading the fight for endorsements, winning the public backing of more members of Congress and statewide elected officials than the rest of the field combined. Other candidates are also struggling to keep up with Trump's quiet campaign to control the delegate selection rules for individual state primaries. While Trump remains the clear frontrunner, he holds a wider margin nationally than he does in some early voting states. Influential Republicans in these states are not ready to concede the nomination to Trump yet.